It'd be my honor and privilege to introduce the top left here, hailing from Mexico. This is Cham! And at the bottom right, from Poland, this is Nerchio!
Nerchio opting for that early pool, looking to be the aggressor. And this could throw off Cham, who, as the people at the desk did talk about, it is Cham that is known to be more of the aggressive player, but I love what Zombie Grub said. If there is a weakness in Cham's EVZ, it may be that early game where a lot of those decisions are made, and Nerchio's gonna try and strike first blood here with this fast pool. The gas, we'll have to see if he mines past 100, which he is coming up on here in a second. Could also be a Baneling Nest. That's something that's viable there as well. But so far, Cham is getting that pool, a couple of drones after that, then the gas. That's the good news. It's not too incredibly weird to see Azur go gas, drone, 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 then pool, and really try to maximize that early economy.
Looks like Nerchio actually is still mining gas here, so probably Baneling aggression on the back of this, or maybe like a fast roach switch or something weird, but it'd be generally Baneling Nest. Nerchio is going to go for this big Ling attack and try and reset the game or even kill Cham outright here. But we'll just have to see. Like you said, it's really important that Cham didn't go for the super greedy opening. He does have the ability to hold here, but it is going to be tough, make no mistake.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, you can see the style here from Nerchio. He's actually going to hold back on the Lings, and as I said, of course, he's absolutely not doing that whatsoever, but he's not going straight across the map. He's going to try to hide their numbers, go around in circumference here, and you can see Cham actually has an Overlord on a different trajectory across the map as well. Hopefully trying to kind of intercept and see something like this, because this Overlord's not going to see it in time. It's going to get to the natural, and by the time you see that there is no hatchery there, unless you've been making Lings, which is good news for Cham, he is, then you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, those Lings are on the way.
Oh, wow.
The spike as well. He's reading him like a book. Doesn't see creep spread. He knows the hatchery is not done, not on the way. Will he have enough in time? Nerchio's going to have, don't forget, there will be Banelings very shortly in this attack, and Cham will have to hold with just Lings and Queens, but Cham will not have speed for quite a while here as Nerchio is about to kick in. Just a couple seconds off metabolic boost.
I love Cham's position here, though. He's got a couple of Queens about to pop out. He already has some drones down there, which is, of course, that economic edge. Up 5 drones here, but the Spinecrawler about to finish. That alone does not, of course, anchor the defense. It's going to be the Queens on the ramp, and if you're doing Banelings into that natural, what are your targets? You're trying to, I guess, blow up the Spinecrawler, but that's not ideal. You're looking for big hits on Lings, and as more Queens come out, this gets more and more impossible to execute.
Very true. And Cham actually splitting his Zerglings up very nicely here, just in case of a big Baneling attack. Nerchio being a little bit patient as well. It looks like he wants to go straight for that Spinecrawler now. Cham trying to intercept. Spinecrawler goes down. And now these Banelings are looking for an opening. They don't quite get it. But a bunch of the Lings getting a wrap around the Queen there, nearly taking one out. There's just a couple seconds off of transfuse energy on both these Queens. The Natural's in a lot of trouble, though.
It's in some trouble here. It's not actually essential to hold on to this. It's a game winner if you do. Actually getting this around here. There's that first transfusion. Another transfusion is available, but it's going to be the healthy Queen that takes that slight transfusion. Good position there from Cham. And all of a sudden, Nerchio's attack is starting to dry up here a little bit. So if you look at the production tab, look for drones from Nerchio. That'll be the signal that he's done. But right now, he's putting the gas on. He does get a surround on that Queen, and that Queen does not have a transfusion to bail it out. Gets the next Queen. The positioning of this disastrous for Cham. I go from liking it to hating it all of a sudden. There's Lings inside that mineral line. And this could be curtains. Yeah,
this Baneling's going to hurt a lot of these drones. The Ling's going to do the rest here. It's just starting to spiral out of control. Huge Baneling hit there. A lot of those drones, just a couple nibbles away from dead. The other Queen nearly gets the block off with the Lings. But yeah, this is just so much damage. Just a couple of Lings being broken off to finish off those hurt drones. GG. And Nerchio gets game number 1. He seems pretty happy with it as well.
He does, and he should. He was in a situation where I do believe if Cham just really holds that ramp and doesn't try to commit.
In the top left here from Storm Gaming, this is true. And in the bottom right, it's King Arthur. This is Nerchio. Now, Zombie Grub, Twitch chat, Montreal, I gotta tell you something. These guys have fought each other in best of 3s or more 9 times this year.
Wow.
9 times. So they played each other a lot. True has only won 2 of those series.
Yes.
And that I'm talking like since February this year. So to say that Nerchio has a dominant record against this kid is putting it lightly.
Yeah, one of those is a 3-2 as well.
Yes, so it was a close series as well.
It was really close. So I mean, Nerchio, I definitely think, has the upper hand here. Certainly, some of the games they've played have been offline, or online, rather. That does complicate things a little bit. True being in America, Virginia, where I'm from.
Yep.
Nerchio being from Europe, that does mess up ZVZ a little bit. Offline, well, of course, this is where it counts. Who can actually bring it out of the round of 8 in the CVZ? I think True has a lot of power in Montreal. I think he has that just special ability to be like, I'm going to win this one. But Nerchio also has some cool-headedness, and he has just the power behind him, man. Like, it's Nerchio.
Yeah, last time he hit this continent, he made it into the grand final against Neeb. It's a pretty good effort from Nerchio. And of course, at that same tournament, he actually beat True 3-0, I believe, or maybe 3-1. It was a pretty good showing, by the way, but that was a long time ago. And of course, Montreal last year, True was a recent addition to the North American scene, having he was still flexing those very well-cut Codes muscles, which I'm sure that he's been keeping very shapely here in North America while fighting these foreigners.
I don't know. We got some like pretty fatty foods, man.
Yeah, it's, you know, some good junk food here. It's hard to stay away, but you see True staying true to his own style, getting that Baneling nest nice and quickly and sending those lings across the map.
Yes, I do expect a lot of early game aggression from both of these players. They both have some pretty good ZVZ. True, his best matchup is ZVZ, and he is known for his ling usage, well, actually in every matchup, but especially ZVZs, even hiding the lings here, sending them to the north. North was in a Banelings, and they got on over there, and this might just surprise Nerchio.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to navigate the Overlord, and he's successfully done that. But Nerchio is already getting a blind spine crawler and just pulling Zerglings at home. Like, he's blindly waiting for this. And he's reading True very well here. That said, though, True is committing extremely hard from probably more hatcheries than Nerchio expected. Oh my, he canceled it thinking the timing was done. But True's hitting a wonky one on 2 bases.
That cancel is kind of surprising. He saw the hatchery and that little creeper spread. He's going to see a lot of lings down. Of course, there's the speed kicking in. Nerchio not going to be having speed anytime soon. His Baneling is a long ways away, and those Banelings from True are already on the other side of the map. They were moved a little far away, but they're pairing up with the lings quite nicely.
Nerchio is actually evacuating the natural. Red alert, get out of here. There is Banelings and lings are coming, and he doesn't have speed yet, as you mentioned. Trying to find a little bit of surface area to avoid getting wrapped around. The Banelings are joining in the fight. But the Queens are batting them back, and they're doing all right so far. Banelings still, 2 of them alive, half of them are dead. And they're getting quite low, these Queens. Spinecrawler getting taken out, no cancel there from Nerchio. 1 Queen about to fall, not enough for a trash use. 2nd Queen falls here, and True already in a massively great spot here, as no Banelings are ready for Nerchio. Bam! 7 drones, 8, 9 more drones dying here. Is this it for Nerchio? It certainly looks like it.
I think that it is, especially with that last hit.
Oh, baby. True, very happy with that one.
I have basically the same reaction here. It's like, yeah, all right then.
Take that, Nerchio.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Jennifer Lawrence, but in the first place, let's see about these players in the bottom left here from OSC Root, from Brazil. This is Kelazhur.
I hope you like cheddar, Maynard, because that red man right there is doing something dastardly.
Some ginger cheddar. In the top right here from OSC Root, from French Canada, this is Semper. Going to be on the receiving end of the cheddar. Is he lactose intolerant?
Well, as you know, being a French Canadian, they're half French. They have quite the taste for cheddar themselves.
They actually are incredibly gifted people at dealing with and producing fantastic dairy products.
Fantastic, but also questionable. Have you had some of the exotic French cheese that is out there?
I actually have. I'm a fan of some of it, but the ones that are super rich, maybe like the blue vein ones, they're a little bit past my palate.
It's going to end up being that it's some like really long con, huge joke. They're like, so by the way, like some French prime minister in 20 years is going to be like, guess what? Last 200 years, you guys have been eating rotten cheese. It's been a joke this entire time. Look at how calculated that is.
Oh, my God.
He knew.
Wow.
He knew the scouting path.
That's so sick. And Kelazhur's going to get away with this for the most part. I mean, Semper's not going to know until he gets into the main of Kelazhur that there is a pretty sick proxy happening here. Multiple barracks with Reapers being produced.
They're so close. They're completely undetected. It's actually good that we get an SCV scout out of Semper if you want a chance here. He is going to show up, and by the time he gets in that base, he immediately knows what he's facing. But look at the clock. I mean, he's a solid, minute or two into the game, and he's just now finding out that he is about to be under attack.
This is when your heart drops into your socks in control. You're like, oh boy, I'm going for a single Rax expand here. He didn't drop the CC at least, and he's going to have to start walling off. The wall can actually really nail this, but it doesn't look like Kelazhur's going to let it happen. He's marshaled his way in.
using those linebacker SCVs to grab the attention of that Reaper, dodges the grenade, does have that advantage you were talking about earlier, so there is the duel. It has been concluded. It is in favor of our red Terran. Kelazhur, he's going to go after some of these SCVs, try to stop that bunker from going down.
And he will.
And the production is higher for Kelazhur. Keep that in mind, too. He's already getting some kills, but he's going to have... That's it!
Yeah.
GG. There's even like a Manor eBay going down. Kelazhur sprinkling a little bit of his, you know, Terran feral juice there to kind of mark the territory.
Terran feral juice.
Yeah, I ran out of words.
That's...
So far, leading in this best of 5, he is in the top left position of Abyssal Reef. He is the blue Protoss. He is Neeb.
His opponent in the reds, playing Terran and representing Mexico. It is Special. Now the question is gonna be, does he go for another one of those aggressive builds, or does he put more faith into his standard play? Again, when you go over to Korea and you ladder a ton and you're able to do well, and he's been doing well, he should have some faith in playing normal games, even against a beast like Neeb. Special told me that the highest ranking that he got on the Korean ladder was as high as 6, and that was very recently. Just a couple days before he left here to Europe.
The skill level of these players is insane, and it's nothing to... It can't be dismissed that Special does bring it. He does bring it in these games to Neeb. It's not like he's getting stomped. It's not like he has no chance. But it's Neeb grabbing those couple of percentage points here and there in those advantages where he's able to use units like his Oracle so effectively, and then when he takes the engagements, use the Phoenix properly to grab those mines, kill the Liberators, and push these positions in such a way that as Special, when a Protoss player uses that Stargate opening that effectively against you, you feel so helpless. You're just like, yeah, he sees everything I'm doing. I try to leave my base, he tags my whole army, like, well, by the time I get there, he'll have something else ready to go. But, well, what do we have here, Todd? Another Proxy Factory. A little bit more quick this game, though.
And no Reaper, so that allows him to have some extra gas to start that factory across the map way quicker. Went for a Marine instead there. And didn't actually throw down the command center on the low grounds. The probe left, so that wasn't confirmed by Neeb, who might not see this coming at all here. Do we see a starport follow this up and then some sort of crazy 1-1-1? That could be very dangerous, even though, I mean, Neeb's defense every time is immaculate, but Special is like, you know what? Let's just try it anyway.
Yeah, I think we've seen this a little bit before with the potential to put the starport there and go for like a proxy cyclone with Liberator. That's not something that we haven't seen before. He could try to rush out mines and rush them in, but that's not quite as popular. Yeah, straight to Cyclone. And because of the gas cost of the Cyclone, he actually can't immediately put down a starport, so it'll be delayed a little bit. And the Stargate, well, I don't think we're surprised by this, Todd. Neeb has been such a fan of that Oracle into Phoenix opening, and why shouldn't he be? He's been wrecking everyone with it.
I wonder what Special has deduced from the previous game and the way the attack was eventually defended. Sometimes it will be something as easy as, I should have kited a little bit more, especially when he pulled probes. I noticed immediately, I thought that Special was going to win regardless, but when probes were pulled and they started attacking the units of Special, he didn't move them back. And then those probes, they attacked the whole time. They didn't just tank, they were doing damage, which usually you don't allow against walkers. Like one of the most important moves against walkers being pulled is that you go back.
Yeah, you try to leverage the space in the range. So he's got this bunker on the way. The probes are already coming out with this first Cyclone. Todd, there's no pylon by the natural and no mothership core because of how fast he rushed out this Stargate. So now he finds himself with nothing that can actually deal with this. His natural expansion being completely pinned back. The first Adept is killed. These probes are not going to kill that Cyclone. The SCV will be able to repair as well now that the bunker is done. And Neeb immediately pushed back onto one base. He just taps out GG Special. A quick smack back with that even faster Proxy Factory in game number 2.
These guys just built so well. 2 SCVs down the ramp, really telling Neeb that he wanted to start the command center. And then Neeb didn't even stick around to confirm the Reaper because that's usually a no-brainer. There is going to be a Reaper that you need to dodge and not lose your probe against.
It's something that you're usually very expectant of. I mean, seeing a Marine super early like that can give you a cue that, well, it's like, well, what else did you spend gas on? Like, nobody opens one barracks fast expanding. This isn't, you know, Wings of Liberty anymore. To kick off the last game of this best of 5, make some noise if you support our Protoss player from the United States of America. He is Neeb.
opponents in the red. If there were ever a time to say Vamos Juanito, like this guy in the audience with the sign, it is special.
Everything on the line. He goes for that gas before his barracks, so we're going to see him open up with some more aggression. That has definitely been the tempo setter of this series. He did break out the cheese in the first and second game. The map layout, of course, quite similar in the way the bases are placed to Odyssey if he wants to try and go for something hidden.
So much has already happened. Like just in the previous game, there were so many skirmishes here and there, but just build order-wise, it's going to be so important to get or make the right choice and get a little bit lucky, I think, here and there, because Special definitely not getting any of that good luck here with the Widow Mines blowing up oracles that he was kind of anticipating. Like, sure, he got the War Prism, but the Disruptor did get out when it finally happened. And
even on Sequencer, like when he had the very well spaced out Widow Mines, he wasn't able to nab the Prism. This series could be described for Special as like a never lucky type scenario, where the one game that he was able to win that was long was being able to get right up in his face and catch the Colossus ball that because he was just trying to swallow the army that was outside of his natural, and it was just a little bit too much, a little bit too fancy from Neeb. So,
and Neeb, he's been tricked enough, by the way. Like, he made sure he saw that command center starting. Behind this, he's gonna, looks like head on home, even before checking whether there's a repop, then eventually realize whether or not there is one, because then he would be in his base. And the factory actually starts on his side of the map for Special, but he keeps that one across the map, so maybe a starport Proxy.
He could do the same thing that he did on Odyssey as well. He could just build a second factory out on the map and rally Marines across with this and try to do some Cyclone push. Maybe he just proxies a starport, goes something like a Liberator.
Remember what I talked about as well. I really feel like in that game, maybe if he had kited a little bit more, that might have made the difference in the end, because he just tanked. I think he was the same as me. He was just so confident that he had won anyway that he might just have kind of stopped playing and not respected the probes zapping away at his army.
Yeah, it's a very, very dangerous game to be playing. That other SCV, here we go. It's a second factory.
Wow.
So he's going to break out the same build from Odyssey. And we have, well, the same build from Odyssey on the part of Neeb. He's going for that Stargate, and we'll most likely see him if he doesn't spot this.
Wow, he's going to see it.
He should see it.
Which then would be a cancel.
Yeah,
that would be really bad for Special.
Well, that's going to take the wind out of the sails for Special. Oh, no! Okay, nope. Oh, no.
The Reaper is keeping him busy here. He was like, here, I'm right here. He hits him in the back.
Oh,
almost
my.
goes down in hit points and dies.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that could have been terrible for Special. And, well,
no, it's fine.
Damn.
We're going to see round 2 here.
I take back the never lucky comment, Todd. I take it all back.
Well, at least for now, right?
For now. But still, he has 2 Cyclones on the way, being rallied across the map now. He's got that Marine production going. Oracle is going to pop out very soon, but I wonder, are we going to see him pull the boys to help prepare with that again?
I think he should do the exact same as last time, but this time just micro it a little bit better. You know, take his time. Just a little bit more kiting, like I said before, I think will make a world of difference. And it was very close. I really think that Neeb, there was a moment where I thought he was going to die no matter what, but he somehow pulled through. And Special might be thinking the same here, because he went again for the same build.
He started the third as well, so that's one of those things. That's definitely going to need to cancel. So
I mean, you
lose
count
resources.
You count on that when you go for this build there as Special.
He's going to lose the resources.
And he's playing a sick mind game right now. So many times here, there's a Widow Mine in the middle line for Special, but he's almost like bluffing it.
Yep.
Neeb doesn't know, so he can't take the risk. So Neeb, if he's going to come back, he'd just fly into those middle lines and he would kill all the CVs.
This giant army's coming. He doesn't even go for the third because he doesn't want him to cancel it, because he wants him to not have any money.
This is sick. Again, it's looking so strong here from Special. Neeb last time had a miracle hole here. Can he do it again and beat Special 3 times in a row in a WCS event late in the tournament with a 3-2 score?
Putting up that bunker helps so much with keeping these Marines safe against the Adepts as he tries to push forward. There's the revelation. The Widow Mine is revealed. but 2 Cyclones being built at a time, crossing the map. The Adept count steps forward. He gets the SCV that's building the bunker, delays it just a little bit. The Cyclones try to get close to the Stalkers, but they're a little bit further behind. And this is just such a scary army from Special to deal with. Once that bunker is set up, it's going to be so hard to break this down. The Gateway army gets completely obliterated. Is Special finally going to defeat Neeb in the later stages of one of these circuit events? More SCVs being sent across the map to try and help solidify his hold at the front of this base.
Yeah, that was really weird. Neeb was just fighting with his gateway units, not pulling probes, not using his target units, just because he was scared of the one Widowmine that was revealed anyway. He could have just done that, but no. He fight with just his gateway units, and now he's lost a lot before the real fight even began. That one bunker, the production was halted for the longest time.
These are going to make this so much more difficult for him to take, as they will make these Cyclones unkillable, bringing forth the repairs. And Neeb just does not have a whole lot to fight against this with. He's forced back, gonna have to maybe take this fight. He gets one of the Cyclones, but still 2 being pumped out across the map at a time. And the Phoenix alone, as long as there's this many Marines, they are not gonna be able to just pick up those Cyclones and kill them one by one.
And Special is gonna wait for that last overcharge to end, and he's finally gonna go for it. Let's see if the probes can turn the tide here once again. Neeb, he needs to defend right now there, but it doesn't look like he has enough.
I mean, this is it. There's nothing else that he can do. He's being pushed back out of his pylon's range. He doesn't have any energy left to overcharge. And there's so many Marines with these Cyclones. Special takes a staggering supply lead as he blows this Protoss army to bits. GG! Special defeats Neeb. Finally, in the circuit event, preventing the 2-time champion from claiming a 3rd title.
You see the look on Neeb's face, that was like, wow, you finally